Hello everyone. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about some of my biggest tips, my 4 tips for those of you who are out there who want to grow a psychic business or a psychic practice. Maybe you already have one, but these are the things I have learned from my 12 years of doing this work, building my own business from the ground up, not having a whole lot of knowledge then. And if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Lauren. I'm a psychic development coach, and I teach people how to understand and strengthen their psychic abilities so that they can read for others, read for themselves, or even start a business as like a full-fledged psychic. And so over those years, I have made plenty of mistakes. I have learned a lot. I've taken a lot of mentorships, classes. I have developed my skills not only as a psychic, but as a business owner. And a lot of my students that come through the Psychic Development Society, that take my courses, that are a part of my membership, they start to really master their abilities. They start to read other people, and they discover that they love doing this and they want to keep doing it. And they would love to replace their day job or whatever it is. And at the end of the day, they get stuck sometimes on, how do I actually build a business? Like, I've spent all this time mastering my abilities, building out my services, but I don't actually know how to attract clients or get people through the door or make it reoccurring enough for me to build a sustainable living situation. So in this video, I want to give you 4 of the biggest things that I have found helpful over the years that I've learned through trial and error. Now, obviously there's a lot more to it, but these are the places that I would recommend starting. So if you like this kind of content, if you want to learn more about your psychic abilities, whether or not you want to build it into a business or you're just doing it as a fun hobby, feel free to subscribe, stick around, and feel free to join the Psychic Development Society. It's a free community. We're all over there practicing reading each other. We have events that happen, and I'd love to see you over there. And just a quick disclaimer, if you're early on in your psychic development journey, there's still good information in this video to keep in your back pocket if you ever decide to maybe offer this as a service, even just to friends or family. However, if that's not up your alley, I'd highly recommend watching the card up above. This video kind of goes over the Psychic Development Society, the membership. This is more about diving into your skills as a beginner and all of the tools and resources that I have around that. But if you've been reading for a while and you're starting to have that inkling of like, I think I'm supposed to be doing this, I want to do this, I want more clients, I want more income, I want to build a sustainable job here, then this video is for you. So my first tip, get more experience, get more practice, practice reading other people. I think that one of the biggest parts of being able to launch your own business or keep a business going is your confidence in yourself. And so we really have to be doing things to build our own skills, build our own craft, but at the same time, build your confidence in yourself. Like, yes, we need to understand what the psychic ability is, but this goes beyond that. This is, do you have an idea of where you're struggling and where you can improve? Do you have a good idea of like what your strengths are as a reader? And once you've learned the basics, a lot of it is just practice. It's experience. It's doing reading after reading after reading, because every reading you do, you gain more skills, more knowledge. And I forgot to say at the beginning, this also applies to just like any intuitive industry or role that you have, even if you're not a psychic, maybe you're an animal communicator, or maybe you love doing Reiki, like all of this will still apply. We essentially want to develop our confidence level so that we can say, I am psychic, I am a good Reiki practitioner. And one of the ways you can do this is start exchanging readings. You can ask people to trade out. You can offer them a reading, they offer you a reading. You can offer a reading or a session in exchange for a review or feedback. And with this tip, it's truly not about being perfect. It's never about being perfect. We know we can't be perfect. We know we're going to be wrong as psychics. But the point is to feel confident enough in your ability to serve others that you can show up consistently. And if you're still at this stage of trying to master your gifts, maybe you don't have enough people to practice with, you don't even know how to achieve that. Again, my Psychic Development Society, free place. Everyone there is a student purposely learning how to develop their gifts. We have a whole page that's a volunteer section, so you can say, hey, I want to practice reading. And you can look at other people that say, hey, I want to practice reading, and everyone is connecting, practicing on their own time. We also have group events as well where we practice reading each other once a month. There's courses over there. Like, that's the place for you if you feel like I'm not even close to mastery. I just need to understand the basics. My second tip, and this one, these are all kind of in order, but this one is get the foundation of your business built before you worry about trying to get more clients in. This is really just about developing the basics of communicating who you are, what you do. So this is like, build a website. Have you built one yet? A lot of people get stuck there because it's too intimidating. You know, building out an email list. Do you have a booking process? Do you have social media? Are they all linked? The very basics of making it easy for people to find you, making it easy for people to book with you. Essentially, the second tip is like, create the bare bones of your business so that you're not getting stuck there. You're not getting stuck on people being like, I don't know how to book her. I don't know how to reach out. I don't know how much this costs because it's not clear on the website. All the things that make it clear for your clients to be like, oh yes, this person is for me. This psychic is for me. I feel a resonance here. Everything is clear. I'm a full body yes, I'm ready to purchase. Now my third tip, this is going beyond. Okay, we've got our business built. We have all the foundations of this, but this is understanding that you are not going to be for everyone. It took me a very, very long time to learn this. You cannot be for everyone. You cannot pose your services as for everyone. We're trying to pick a specific person that we are trying to reach. We need to understand what they're struggling with, and then we need to be reflective of that when we speak to them online. So for example, a lot of psychics post like, my bookings are open, go grab a spot. I have openings for readings this week, book with me. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but for new people, there's nothing that really gets them to stop and pay attention and be like, oh wow, maybe I do need this reading. So what we want to do instead is, let's pretend I am really good at diving into people's careers. Like maybe I picked that up really well. And so I know that I need to speak to those people. I need to find all of the people that are questioning their career. And instead of, you know, I'm open for bookings, what I can say is, hey, are you feeling stuck around your career? Are you feeling lost? Are you feeling like you don't know if you should leave or go with your career? I'm making this up on the fly. That's not the best wording. You're still talking about your psychic reading. At the end, you're going to say, you know, book with me to understand what's going on in your career or something. Now you're starting to speak to your clients' problems, like what they need help with. Essentially, when you are trying to attract clients, you want them to look at the things you're putting out and go, oh, she's talking about me. She's talking to me right now. And so the hardest part about this is that you have to sort of realize, I can't be for everyone. My readings will not always work for everyone. Really, we've got to reverse engineer this, think backwards, find the people that we want to work with, and start speaking to them in their language. And my fourth tip, you got to start thinking beyond an individual reading. So this is really for those of you who have been doing readings for a long time, and you know, all you're trying to do is get one reading after another reading after another reading. I've also learned this the hard way. There are only so many hours in the week. There's only so much of you that you can give. Growing your psychic business is not always about doing more readings, doing more hours. That is a recipe for burnout. What could I do that puts my work out in front of hundreds or thousands of people, not just one or two? And a little bit of this also has to do with creating passive income. So you're not showing up as one for one. One reading equals, you know, however many dollars that you're charging for. You know, you could create courses, you could create memberships that essentially scale with the people that sign up. So think YouTube collaborations, think podcast, memberships, course creation. You don't have to do any or all of these, but it's really important to think about, okay, how can I grow and scale that growth in a way that's not going to burn me out? And really these 4 tips that I just gave are kind of like the 4 pillars of what I teach in the Psychic Development Academy. It's building yourself, building your business, attracting your clients, and growing your practice. So as you're listening, if you are like, I have been struggling with this, oh my God, yes. You know, maybe you're still stuck at that first part of second guessing yourself and not feeling fully confident. Maybe you are doing reading after reading and it's not really growing, you're not really keeping clients around. Maybe your income is inconsistent, or you just don't know what you don't know, but you know it's not working, or you've been struggling and hustling and busting your ass and it's still not at that point where it's a sustainable business. In the Psychic Development Academy, I'm basically going to be helping you with all of this. So you're not having to figure it out on your own. I'm giving you all the pieces step by step. We're going to really dive into each of these topics. It's a 12-month program where you sign up at the beginning of the year and we power through it. It's truly a business accelerator style of course. It's a high-touch group mentorship with a lot of one-on-ones as well, so that I can also certify you as a Psychic Development Academy graduate, which is something I know a lot of you have been asking for years. So if you want to learn more about that, I am hosting a 3-day retreat. It's a Build Your Psychic Business retreat. And it's really just to give you a little bit of taste of what's in the Academy. You're going to walk away with some practical resources even beyond this video. We're going to be digging into some of these areas pretty in detail, doing some work on your actual business. You're going to walk away from this retreat having some new tools in your toolbox to start growing your business. It's completely free, and if you are watching before the retreat, which is August 26th through 28th of 2026, you can go ahead and sign up now. I will leave that link in the description. Make sure you register on that page so you get all of the emails for where it is, when it is, the workbook that you're going to need to download ahead of time. And if you're watching this after those dates in 2026, just know that the Academy, it's a year-long thing. So every year I'm going to be reopening registration and enrollment. There'll be one of these events, these retreats basically once a year to kind of give people a taste, answer their questions before we open up the Academy for the next year's students. But you can still go to the same link down below, register, and you'll get notified when the next one's scheduled. And again, if you're watching this and you're like, this is not me, I'm not there yet, I would love to maybe one day, check out the Psychic Development Society membership. The membership gives you a lot of perks. Again, access to my courses, practice nights, group coaching calls, also a lot of our guest workshops that we have over there. It's going to help you focus purely on the psychic development mastery piece. And then maybe next year, if you're feeling more ready, or the year after that, you can always sign up for the Academy when you're ready to move forward on your business. Let me know if you have any questions about this video, about any of the tips that I've mentioned. Feel free to drop where you're struggling most in your business right now. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with your psychic bestie that is also maybe trying to build a business. And I will see you all at the next free retreat where we can start diving into these topics together. So bring your questions, bring your problems. We're gonna have a lot of time for hot seats as well as walking through some exercises. And it's a good time to just chat with me one-on-one and listen also to everyone else that's going to be coming that's maybe going through the same things as you, and you might learn a lot just from being a part of that conversation. So thank you all for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know what you thought, and I will see you all in the next one. Alrighty, bye.